So get ready as we have our panelists for today. First up, we have with us Mr. P.N. Vasudevan, the Chief Executive Officer and the Managing Director of Equitas Small Finance Bank.
Question is to Mr. P.N. Vasudevan. What we see today is a digital and algorithm-based, banking which is happening, and banking expertise is becoming more of a back office. Is banking synonymous with technology, or we see, to put it very simple, is bank bigger or a technology bigger?
Thank you, Vikas. Good evening to all of you. Yes, there is this question whether banks will survive at all, going forward. That's a question which has been bandied about for quite some time now. And of course, we have that famous statement that we need banks, we don't need bankers. So the question always remains whether banks will exist in the way that we currently exist going forward. But if you kind of break that very large motherhood statement into smaller pieces for us to understand what we are really talking about, basic banking business is all about the difference between your lending rate and your deposit interest rate. That's the basic business of banking, and that's where most banks still, even today, make the largest amount of money from that. And then, of course, the payments, transactions, and so many other things have come up over a period of time, which adds some element of revenue to the bank and also element of relationship with the customers. And technology-wise, of course, there is no doubt technology is coming into every sector, whether it is banking or any other sector. And technology is going to continue to play an important role to facilitate and make things easy from a consumer perspective, so that he consumes more and more of the products and services that a bank can offer. Now, coming to the question that Vikas really asked, whether banks will become a back office and technology will become the front end of customer interactions. I think you can see that clearly that within the banking space, the payment space has already gone that direction. In the payment space already, it's kind of gone. The technology companies have the person who acquires the customer and maintains the relationship with the customer really is the technology front end companies, and the banks have really become a back office in that space, just providing the settlement platform for completing a transaction and really nothing else. And if you look at the revenue that banks earn from this kind of transactions, it's reflective of that particular fact. Banks had to get 5 paise, 10 paise, I don't know, whatever they get, and the remaining everything goes into the front end companies. So the challenge for banks, if they don't want to become irrelevant over a period of time, the challenge for banks will have to be customer relationship. So the banks will have to start focusing and putting more and more investments on the customer acquisitions and maintaining and managing customer relation. So long as a bank can say that I am owning the customer, then the technology or the fintech companies or the technology companies, we will still work with. The banks will definitely work with them, because the bank doesn't have to go out and spend money creating softwares and creating solutions which already are available in the market. But if they can really work with the fintech companies and use them as a backend rather than we ourselves going into the backend, and if we can spend and invest and work towards creating and maintaining the relationship with the customer, and we ensure that we are the front face to the customer, then the value of the transaction remains with the bank and it doesn't go away from the bank. Now, forgetting the payments, which is already kind of gone. If you look at the other aspects of banking, lending, digital lending, there's been a lot of hype around the digital lending. It's been, of course, a decade of digital lending, but we are yet to see really a sustained and sustainable kind of model in fintech lending. But banks are also very active in that space. It's not like banks have become laggards. I think the payments took the banks by surprise, and I think they've learned from that. And the newer areas which are coming up, banks are trying to be as nimble-footed or as quick as the fintech companies, and reasonably able to compete, if not directly, at least with the help of other fintech company supports. So I think if banks want to be relevant and they want to be remaining intact as a business model, and not just become a back-end service provider with taking a 5 paise, 10 paise kind of cut on transactions or on the revenues, then I think the banks should really invest on the front end, go out and get the customer and acquire and maintain the relation with the customer, and very proactively work with the fintechs at the back end to try and leverage all the benefit that they can bring to the table, and be the front end to the customer. I think that's what is required of banks going forward, whether it is digital lending or now digital deposits also are getting traction now. Can you just imagine that if some front-end digital company, fintech company, suppose they are able to acquire, let's say, 1 million depositors per month, and then they can go shopping around with the banks and say that I get 1 million depositors every month. Which bank will offer me the highest commission or whatever within regulatory framework, whatever? Then the banks will have to start competing, and the revenue share, you can imagine, nothing much will be left for the banks at the end of the day. So I think this is where the banks will have to focus and be out front there, acquiring customers and maintaining relationship, and ensure that back end we don't waste our time trying to develop technology, but use technology as a back end service provider. That's what I believe should happen going forward, and the banks which can do that definitely should be much better off than maybe banks which are not able to.
Amazing. So one of the questions that that keeps coming, is every day we see so many outages in the bank which are reported across the globe, and the bank's main fundamental premise to all the customers is that trust in banking. Now, all these outages, how do you link it to the trust? Do you see it impacting the trust in banking?
See, so long as it's not very frequent and so long as it's not for very long, I think people generally, we also understand. I think as a consumer, all of us understand, because we deal with other service providers also. We use a telecom as a service from telecom companies, and I think all of us have gone through enough experience that you go to a particular place and you see a TV advertisement and he's standing on the toilet trying to get his connectivity. So I think generally people do understand that yes, there are certain kind of limitations in terms of service, but banks are kind of put on a high pedestal by the society, because they have their money parked with you, and at a minute's notice they need to take that money. It could be an emergency, it could be any particular reason, and at that time if they can't take their money out, the frustration can be very high. So while I'm sure as a consumer people will be willing to accept certain level of discontinuity of service, but the fuse is very short, really short, and it's getting shorter by the day. So I think banks have no option but to go and do heavy investment on the technology backend to ensure continuous service to the customers. And you are right. I think the question is very correctly worded. If you have frequent outages and things like that, I think you will see customers shifting, and definitely they will shift because they don't believe that this bank is something where they can get in and get out at any time they like. So this used to be an issue at ATMs. There have been enough instances where you go to an ATM and it says out of service or no cash or something like that, and then you kind of just scream at the machine and then you get out. But that is not kind of consolidated. Somebody screams in one machine in one place and another guy is screaming in a machine in another place, and it's not getting consolidated. But in today's world of net banking and social media, now some of them are getting so consolidated that quickly people are able to share experience, and suddenly it really looks like 1 million customers having a problem with your bank, and that becomes a major issue. And I think seriously such banks might start losing customers in the process. I think these outages are very critical. No bank should allow that. You have no choice but to invest a disproportionate amount to keep your service continuous. And if you are not able to do that, I think we will have to face serious customer attritions.
Brilliant, sir. In fact, one of the words that you said in the entire thing was technology investment. I'm sure all the tech companies or the leadership team will be very happy to see that statement coming from a well-respected leader.